Can't believe I'm making this video and I feel disappointed. Alright guys, and welcome back to the Little Lawn Game channel. Today we are reacting to Kidderminster Harriers versus West Ham United. And I never felt I'd feel like this going into this video. I won't lie to you, I'm immensely proud, don't get me wrong. I'm so proud of that team. But I'm so gutted at the same time. So gutted. We should have won. To put it bluntly, we should have won. So yeah, when we were going into that game, honestly, before kickoff, you just sat there thinking, honestly, we'll take a goal. We'll take a goal, and whatever happens then is fine. And about 17, 18 minutes in the game, we got that goal. Alex Penny, of all people, our right back, propping up and tapping home after Areola. Don't ask me how he is contracted to PSG, because I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. He's useless. Absolutely useless. Comes flapping out for a cross. Gets nowhere near it. And, yeah, just leaves us with an open goal. I couldn't care less. Pandemonium in the stands. And a moment I certainly won't forget. And I'm sure everyone else there will not forget in a hurry. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That feeling of being in front against a Premier League team. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And once you've got that lead as a non-league club, you're basically then counting down every single minute, waiting to see whether we can hold on. And the issue then is, we created chances after and probably could have scored another goal. Matt Preston had an absolute worldie of a game on loan from Solihull, and he could have made it 2-0. I'm not too sure if the ref was flagging for a goal kick or offside for that header, I won't lie. But if it wasn't offside, he had a good chance to make it 2-0. We had Hemmings have a couple of shots and one of them just wide. And in all honesty, throughout the whole game, it just felt like we were the better team. If I'm honest, we looked like the Prem team, they looked like the non-league team. And then Declan Rice comes on. Declan Rice comes on, and you can see why everybody wants him. Beforehand, I've only really watched him for England, and to be honest, I've never really got the whole raving about how good he is. Yesterday, I did. You could see it just in his movement, the little things he was doing off the ball and then on the ball, and kind of dictating the momentum for him. They were so much better with him on the pitch. I mean, it doesn't help when they're playing players like Diop and Yarmolenko, who how the hell they're in a Premier League club, I'll never know, because they wouldn't get into our team, that's for sure. And Kral, I think he's on loan for him, though, from somewhere. Can't see him keeping him. Absolutely awful player, and there was no surprise when he went off at half-time at all. Absolutely shocking player. But yeah, essentially, Declan Rice was the difference. And I take a lot of heart from that. But it was so cruel at the same time. Such a cruel way to lose a game. Such a very cruel way to lose a game. And if it's not cruel enough that you get pegged back to extra time with a 91st minute goal, it's even crueler when it happens in extra time. I know some people, and I've seen a lot of it on Twitter, people saying, oh, was it offside? I was like, no, it wasn't offside. It wasn't offside. He wasn't interfering with the keeper. Simpson was on the floor. No matter what, Simpson wasn't going to be able to save it, whether he was stood up or not, because, let's be honest, it was a tap-in. And a player of Bowen's quality should be able to score that, even with the keeper stood up. So no, for me, not offside, perfectly good goal. Doesn't stop it being cruel, though. And despite that last-minute goal, I couldn't be proud of the team. We switched off twice, we paid for it twice. It's going to happen against Premier League opposition, but I could not honestly be prouder of that team. Absolutely over the moon with how they played. They did more than I ever thought they would do, and honestly, props to them. Absolutely props to them. They're fantastic, and they have put themselves in the window for a big move. And in the summer, I'm sure a few of them are going to get big moves, and hopefully that brings a bit of money in for us on the selfish side of things. Hopefully we get a bit of money for a couple of them. Matt Preston, who I've already mentioned, is on loan. Obviously we won't get anything for him, but after that performance, the guy deserves at least a chance at Solihull, if not a move a bit higher up, to be honest. He was absolutely fantastic, as was everybody else. In all fairness, Caleb Richards, he made a mistake. I think it was either in extra time where he slices the ball and then they were through. And how the hell he got back to get a block in, I will never know. How he got back, he just sprinted, got back, got the block in, fantastic. Thank you very much. He's just signed a new contract, and I'll tell you something, he could play at a much higher level than this one. He's a fantastic player. To be honest, as every player that we've got is. We are a team arguably should be in a higher division, but a lot of teams in this league could say that. It's a difficult league to get out of, and hopefully this will be our season. Now I'm going to go through a couple of things which I weren't too happy with. As soon as we conceded the 120th minute goal, I saw some Harriers fans just walking out. I'm sorry, but those players had earned a standing ovation at the end of that game. And I'm not saying these are people who come week in, week out. I don't think they are. But seriously, if beating the traffic is more important than showing your appreciation for what is probably the best performance by a Harriers team, I'm not going to say ever, but in a very long time, don't come back. Don't come back. We don't want you. At the end of the day, we don't want you. Don't bother coming back. In terms of being a little disappointed, I was also slightly disappointed with West Ham fans. Last video I mentioned how West Ham fans were going to feel the passion of non-league, and I think they did. We sang for the full 120 minutes, and every single clearance was cheered as if it was a goal. Every save cheered as if it was a goal. Every tackle cheered as if it was a goal. And then I was told West Ham fans are amongst the most passionate in the Prem. Really? Not from what I saw yesterday. Silent from before the game, from when they turned up, to essentially the end. They cheered the 90th minute equaliser as you'd expect, went silent again for extra time, and they cheered the 120th minute winner. Other than that, they were dead silent. And if that's what Premier League football is like, I'll stick to non-league. I will stick to non-league. I couldn't sit in a stadium and just be silent. No, thank you. Not my kind of thing. So a little bit disappointed with the West Ham fans. I felt like at times in that game, the players needed you to pick them up. They definitely did, because at times we were bullying them, and they needed picking up, and you didn't get behind your team essentially. And the worst thing is, I know there are West Ham fans out there that would have sang their heart out if they came, and they couldn't get a ticket. So the ones who came, you should be ashamed. You should really be ashamed of yourselves. But enough of the grumbling. On to the positives. We've made a lot of money. We've shown how good we can be. And Gateshead lost. So there's a league title that is well up for grabs at the moment, and there are 4 or 5 teams vying for it. And right now, I think we've got as good a chance of anyone of getting it. If we take yesterday's performance, put it into the rest of the games this season, I do not see a reason why we don't walk away as the champions. And fingers crossed we can do that, because to be honest, this is the best Harriers team I've seen in a very long time. And I cannot wait to see what happens come the end of the season. We've got a big month in March. Some big performances are needed. Let's hope we can do it. And that brings us to the end of the video. Just really wanted to get a few things off my chest, explain how I felt. I didn't want to do it yesterday, because I felt if I did it yesterday, emotions are very raw, and I might say stuff that I don't really mean. Whereas today, I felt like my thoughts have been a bit more collected, and I can honestly say everything I've said in this video, I've meant. One thing that's been missing is, Yarmolenko, you're a disgrace. What a disgusting dive. But yeah, if you've enjoyed it, then please do drop it a like. I'm looking to do a bit more Kidderminster Harriers based stuff. And I'll catch you guys later.